Yeah, the highest win rate deck in Marvel Snap right now, according to Untapped, is this Anti-Venom Aurora deck that's really all about operating through Luke Cage. This has surprising number of synergies in this deck. Number one is Anti-Venom. You know, this card that is set to 0 power suddenly gets boosted right back up thanks to Luke Cage. You've also got Man-Thing in here, which can be a really big point swing against a lot of decks where it's like debuffing them for 6. So you're kind of getting a 13 power card, protecting your own stuff with Luke Cage, of course. And then you've got Mysterio as another interaction in here, where once you swap power to your other illusion, it counts as sort of a debuff on your Mysterio, which Luke Cage can prevent from happening. So basically this is a 210 for this deck if Luke Cage is down, but also, of course, has 2 tags for your Aurora, which you'll note many cards in this deck do. Sam is both an on reveal and an ongoing. Mysterio has a couple tags there. There are a variety of end of turn cards in this deck to catch that side of it as well, and some bonus ongoing stuff like Cosmo, another activate with Herbie. So all in all, you know, you've got a nice mix of options for Aurora, which can be a really big power spike late in the game. And also a lot of those serve as sort of tech cards almost, and answering your opponent's stuff, you know, catching a key card with a pig, denying an on reveal with Cosmo, deleting an awesome, you know, power play with Thing, sometimes catching, you know, a Joe Costa or a Cerebro or something so that Thing can actually delete a cool win condition from the opponent, and then just putting out points, you know, Drax and Sam, and even like Anti-Venom is solid points. Man-Thing, Aurora jumping on top of that basically creates a deck that can sort of do a little bit of everything as Aurora decks want to do, and that means it can beat a lot of different decks, and that's why it has the highest win rate right now in Marvel Snap. I also had an incredible run with this deck, a 10-2 run. That's an 83% win rate, up 18 freaking cubes. So I flew with this one. Felt like I really could not lose. I think a couple like really tough close losses, and that was about it as far as I was concerned. So you know, it is a very expensive deck, a lot of Series 5 cards. I know that. Like, how is Anti-Venom still a Series 5 card? That is mind-boggling to me. This card has been out forever. So I know this one's not going to be playable for a lot of people. If you do have Aurora, you could try to fill in the gaps, but it's hard because a lot of these cards, you know, especially like activate stuff, a lot of those are probably just Series 5 in general. So Series 3 actually for Spider-Man. So anyway, not an accessible deck, but a very strong deck, a very powerful deck, a very consistent deck, and a very flexible deck. So I think one that can kind of scratch a lot of itches for people, and has at least a fun hook for sure with the Luke Cage stuff. So all in all, this one's pretty cool to see in action actually, and very cool to play because you win a lot of games. All right. Oh, okay. If you can't tell, this is my first game. You'll probably see my hair get drier and drier throughout the video, or perhaps this will be the last game in the video and it will trick you. Sam, I think, yeah, over Herbie, probably. I mean, yeah, you want to see more Herbie options, but Sam, we know, has a really reliable output, and Herbie can still be good as late as turn 5 anyway, so. Unless he hits energy, I guess. Yeah, I don't think you need Luke. Boy, you could try to catch a Mr. Negative right now. Mr. Negative mid, baby. Let's go! Let's go! Do we win it just like this? Oh, no. No, not Mr. Negative. Dang. Well, that makes life a little worse, maybe. Anti-Venom with Luke Cage is pretty great, so I think we get the Venom in. Like, Drax Hydra Bob's also reasonable, of course. I think Thing mid is really, really good if you can snipe the Captain Carter, and sometimes she is, like, the smallest thing at the location because she's buffing everything else, right? So, Thing might actually be targeted to Captain Carter pretty effectively. This is, I don't know, maybe some kind of like a tribunal thing almost. Oh my god, this is also really good against Captain Carter. It almost feels unnecessary though if you think the Thing is going to connect, right? Now, of course, theoretically there could be a thing back here that's smaller, but Moonstone's going to make everything +8, so I think it's going to line up perfectly. Then your final turn is like Shield mid, Man-Thing left, Luke Cage somewhere. I don't know. Like, we got a lot of options here. I think pretty much anything's lining up really well for us, frankly. So it's a crazy looking like Silver Surfer Jeff Galactus portrait, man. It's nuts. Jeff Silver Surfer looks pretty cool. Opponent's already locking in mid. Okay, so the thing for steps here might be really bad news for them. Ant-Man's gonna be giant. Goliath gonna be giant. Of course, we know the Moonstone's making all these just nuts. Captain America left, still looking like a decent spot for Man-Thing, although I'm not totally sure you even need it. And indeed, like we said with the thing, it is going to wipe out the Captain Carter. So how many points will they have? Ant-Man goes down to 1. Goliath goes to probably 7. That's 8. This is 6, but also a Goliath. So let's say 14 and maybe like 20 points. So we're gonna have 13, and I don't think 2 is enough actually. A little nervous that we don't want to play that into the Cosmo. Do you also need the Man-Thing? It does also. Well, no, it doesn't hurt my stuff. I have Luke Cage, bro. No, I'm chill on that. No, we don't need that. This is fine, actually. This should be fine, right? Man-Thing will get us there with Luke Cage. I don't know why I'm worried about a Man-Thing initially. Also, the Man-Thing's just 7 points, right? So, like, really the goal here is winning right and mid primarily. And then you might honestly catch left as well. We are losing maybe that Mysterio, it looks like, because of Cosmo, but we don't think that's a problem. Thing always hits Carter, like we said. So that just removes so many points mid here. It's kind of crazy. It's a ridiculous number of points. Honestly, still pretty close. Jeez. 20 to 16. The Goliaths are just big in their own right. Ant-Man and these affected actually makes a huge difference. That's the 4-point swing there. Yeah, dude, nice. Being able to kind of isolate the Carter really trivialized this game. Now that said, looking at it, I think we probably would have won with Man-Thing left as well, right? Like, you know, we didn't have to go for this crazy counter mid, but you know, it worked as well. Like left also, you know, we would have been 21-21, but would have affected basically every single card there. So would have been a big jump. Good stuff. This is exactly what this deck does, right? Like counters a lot of tech cards, as it were, right? Like answers to stuff, but also threat development, right? Just like solid stat output as well. All right, Spider-Ham into Sam. It rhymes, so you know it's good. Jim Hammond. Come on, we're gonna hit a Star-Lord then. It's that easy, man. It's that easy. Star-Lord. Oh, opponent's giving me some love. Hello, opponent. Let's do the Dazzler dance. Bit like the Monster Mash, but much more glitter. We don't know what we hit, but it's a ham. It's a pig. Sam, unfortunately hitting the shield left. We don't want that there anymore. Also, we don't have a 3-drop either, sadly. Man-Thing might just go right next turn. I'm thinking I can just kind of already put some cards in vault. Bob could maybe move out later, which is a risk with Jotunheim, but so be it. Kirby down, gonna get lots of choices. Guess you kind of just want double, probably. Other locations doesn't make sense right now. Shield's going right for sure. Thing is really good in Madripoor, actually. We can honestly, if we wanted to, could proc it next turn to kill the gym. It's kind of nice. Or plus 2 energy. I would get to play a Mysterio only as an extra card. No, we don't want that, right? Like, we'll just play Aurora plus whatever Herbie is. This might be overkill, but I don't totally hate this. I don't know. Let's see if we can just kill this Strife and make a go of it, right? Like, this is pretty cool. Psylocke into Grandmaster. Oh, no. The Thing now has a 50-50. No, dude. No! No! So sad, dude. So freaking sad. Dude, maybe we're okay anyway. I don't know. Boom is gonna be how big? Rock is totally useless. How this is gonna go to 1 power, so I can actually play this left and just try to win that, right? Actually, it'll go back to 0 though, won't it? So that doesn't really help us. I mean, Aurora left kind of helps us, right? But for some reason, I don't feel like that's gonna do enough. Nah, man, I don't know. We'll try, I guess. That's a lame 50-50, dude. That sucks. God, don't be Galactus. Absorbing Man is Grandmaster, and it sends the Grandmaster mid. Luna Snow, is Foom too big, guys? I haven't counted. I'm lazy. No way, Foom's not too big. No, it's fine. We just beat the Foom straight up on points. Let's go! We got ripped off and still win. Yes. Foom's an idiot. 14 points is nothing on the thing, and Hydra Bob, dude. Yes. Opponent's being nice, by the way. Let's not hate too much. They're giving us nice, sweet emotes, not mean ones. Man, I just feel like I always get ham into Sam. Beautiful. Cosmo Aurora 2. All right. With Aurora in hand, it's actually going to remind me to think about my Aurora positioning carefully. I will say, like, that's definitely something you should do. But also, I don't think you should lose your mind about your Aurora positioning. In other words, I could see people... This actually happens a lot in YouTube videos in general, where people have this kind of like prescribed notion about like when or how you're supposed to play a card and don't look at the bigger picture, and they just like get in this sort of heuristic where it's like, you got to do this exact card at this exact turn, and like and you know, you got to think about like, oh, I have to, it's all about maximizing Aurora. I'm going to do every decision to maximize Aurora. I'm always going to play my ongoing cards in different places, and you know, that sort of thing is a solid baseline, but you have to be aware of times when to deviate. You know, for instance, sometimes it might just be right to put the Man-Thing on top of your Cosmo, even if there's 2 ongoing cards there, because maybe the opponent has a bunch of low-cost cards that developed in that Cosmo spot, right? You can't, in other words, just go like all in on one idea. You know, I think I personally have that problem a little bit, not in a broader game sense standpoint, but in a more like turn by turn standpoint. Like sometimes I'll draw a card and not really consider its implications. I'll think about the cards that are already in hand and how to maximize those, but then kind of move away from that. Now, speaking of all that, by the way, we have so many ongoing cards that does feel like we're a little bit on overkill there. I do need points mid. We got some decent points right, left. Hopefully we disrupted that Symbiote Spider-Man with a Cosmo a lot here. I certainly would expect that to be true. You know, Luke Cage is going to help this Man-Thing, so probably Luke Herbie next turn makes a lot of sense. Adam Warlock does still go left. Okay, they're trying to draw cards. What could that be? We don't know. And like currently our Aurora is a little bit... It's just like, I'm probably never winning left like this, am I? I don't see how. I think you're trying to win mid and right. So maybe you just don't even, maybe you just don't bother left. Like it seems kind of gone. You're not going to catch that Adam Warlock really that easily either. We technically could force it here, but so you have double ongoing, activate, mid. Double would be the high roll here, I guess. What this is. Sarah number 2. Oh my god, we just have very little data about what the opponent's up to here. You know what I mean? I have very little information. So you kind of have to toss the Aurora and just hope for the best. Oh my god, I don't know about that, man. Mid in particular, we have so few points. The Rock does not benefit from Aurora. You're only getting 2 buffs from Aurora, so you're looking at 10, 14 points mid, but maybe Man-Thing shuts them down a little bit. You know, maybe it's like a Surfer deck with a Symbiote Spider-Man. I don't know, right? Like, you're just kind of hoping to figure something out. We are technically tying left right now, it looks like to me, right, with Aurora, because of the Adam Warlock. Wong, Mystique, Gambit. Oh god, no! Oh, we're so screwed, dude. No, this is gonna be a brutal murder. Oh, my whole board's gone, dude. My whole board is gone. Double Sarah just gave them like the greatest. The whole board's gone and they're buffing for 1 million. We're just getting absolutely deleted. Wait. Why did it only... Bro, what just happened? Wait, what? Whoa, wait, what? The Scorn was a pig! Their hand is empty! No, their hand has 4 cards in it. Wait, what just happened? The Wong was a pig! They didn't notice, or maybe they just didn't have a choice. The Wong was a pig! I thought maybe the Scorn was a pig and their hand was empty. The Wong was a pig! Oh, Spider-Ham, you beautiful son of a gun. Why didn't Adam Warlock tick up? Oh, because he checked before Aurora! Oh! It's beautiful! He checked Dark Dimensions after Adam, so he was winning. He was winning. So they drew a card instead of ticking up, which actually I guess we would have won a tiebreaker anyway, but oh my god, dude. Oh, so many tiny little things adding up there. Otherwise the opponent just deletes literally my entire board, right? Like this is enough ticks to go absolutely insane under normal circumstances. So I don't know if they didn't notice the pig because the glitchy stuff, or they just played it out for fun and thought maybe 2 gambits had a shot, you know? That's always a possibility. Okay, Spider-Ham, sure. We got Mercury in here with no cannonball. It's wild. Crazy stuff. Sam is perfect timing. Okay. Yeah, I'll go Ham early. I used to be a proponent of Ham late, but I feel like sometimes just disrupting like the middle curve cards is still really nice. Opponent has plans, things go wacky. All right, it's a pig. Proxima, don't go mid. Oh man, that's an insane roll for them. That's an insane roll for them. Just like hitting the Proxima #1's insane. The fact that it wasn't pigged is a little lucky. Yeah, Mercury, that's fine. It's a card, nothing can really go wrong here. The Thing is definitely the best hit. I'm pretty confident in that, but nothing really goes wrong either way. Mercury here just uses attack against move and an ongoing body, I guess, huh? I gotta remember to actually use Mercury as a tech card, by the way. MODOK and Strife Gons. This looking a little bit more like Hela to me than anything else. I never really used Strife for Hela, by the way, but Marrow and Aurora. Okay, Aurora's not perfect, right? But it's fine. It helps us win Blackstone, which is really good. Do you go ahead and take the Thing mid? It's got some pretty good targets. Marrow would be a bad target, so you don't want that. You could use Man-Thing to open up more options for the Thing, but that's kind of a counter synergy, really. Hit my shield!
I am reborn.
Shield or Ham? Oh man, that sucked. Dog, that sucked. Boy, I don't know where this wants to go. We do very slightly have priority, which is nice. Man-Thing, Luke Cage. I just don't know where this all wants to go. Marrow didn't get discarded, which you assume that is really the goal, not destroying it. So I don't really think the Cosmo here helps, but I just don't know where else to put it, really. Boy, none of this feels good at all, does it? Do you feel confident right here? I sure don't. No. It's 14-6. I think they could just literally play an Apocalypse there and win the game, right? Maybe you gotta go Man-Thing here. I'm stressed they're gonna go big mid too, though. You just don't know. There's really no way to know where they go big. Don't even hate Man-Thing left to go 3 across, right? There's a few options here. Really, really tough to say where everything wants to go. I'm gonna go Man-Thing mid and try to condense down a little bit. I just hate that I'm not contesting left at all. You could go Mercury over, I guess, but to set up a tie. Does Man-Thing win you the game here, though? You're at 18-22. Yeah, maybe, actually, with Luke Cage. Maybe. This might be tiebreaker setup here, too, if nothing else, right? Because I think Man-Thing's pretty strong tiebreaker card. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what happens. We lose by 8 and win by 11, so we win the tiebreaker. Yeah, the Mercury covered us here, man. Kind of, like, if you assume they're really isolated down to one card, which you do assume with Apocalypse, then that's probably your play to make, by the way. Yeah, Lake Hellas looks perfect. Mysterio's cool, cool, cool. Onslaught Citadel Man-Thing could be nuts. Sam over Mysterio for sure. He needs more time. I think you can spider him early. I'm just convinced it's better to do it right away. Not like we'll ever know anyway these days. I don't know why Spider-Ham has been like the most bugged card in the history of Marvel Snap. It's a wild one to be so bugged, I feel like. All right, so High Evo deck doesn't typically benefit too much from Onslaught Citadel. They do typically benefit from Elysium though. Cosmo probably doesn't hurt them much either. We might really not want to go 2 cards across because of Cyclops, but at the same time, I can't just oh, Polaris, fun, dude. We do have Luke Cage. Oh my god, do we just play it now to avoid any Polaris problems? Probably so, right? Mysterio is fine here then. I'm not really looking too much yet at Aurora positioning, but we do have a pretty good one, like a wasted on reveal here, but that's okay. Ongoing, actually I guess you could put Mysterio mid in that case. Does it really matter though? Like he's gonna be the copy also reads as an on reveal, right? I haven't played it yet. I don't know. If it goes left, are we worried about left being locked up? Maybe we move the shield left so the Mysterio is forced right. Yeah, I think that's better. Again, it might still waste the on reveal, I guess. Same difference maybe here. Man thing, of course, we're not worried about affecting our cards, so that's no problem. Luke Cage hopefully just denies the Polaris. Well, honestly, they can use it on their own cards, but I'm assuming they aren't good at that. Illusion turned off. This one actually doesn't have any text. And we do deny the Red Guardian, as expected. Ooh, now I kind of trust the thing over here, right? That's going to be big enough, isn't it? I mean, if it's not, it's one of those things where it's like, well, okay, maybe they play a Hulk there or whatever, but how do you win the next spot, you know? And even a Hulk, honestly, might not be big enough. We're going to be giant. We're going to 20 this turn. So it's like, it's going to take a mountain of a card to beat us left. Kind of helps that they have 2 things maybe, but again, oh, we can't kill that. That is a very large Star-Lord, by the way. Elysium, like I said, really helps them out a lot. Dang, do I wish I could put a freaking dude there right now, though. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I don't feel good about this at all, man. I'm nervous now. I don't guess, does Arnim Zola beat us? Maybe, honestly, yeah. 19's a lot of points. I mean, just God knows what they have, right? This is very terrifying. I can't Arnim Zola anymore because I filled it out. I thought we were gonna get a good snipe, but Abomination is also very big, and Hulk is very big. Yeah, dang. This feels like a winnable game. Did we commit the thing too early to give them solved math? I mean, Elysium just really made their life great. That is a monster Hulk. Man. Turns out the Cosmo left wouldn't have done anything. I don't know if we have the points here without Aurora, right? How do you, oh, by the way, activating doesn't really, no, it doesn't. You have to activate, right? So that you get the Luke Cage benefit here off the illusions. I don't know if we had the points, man. Like, Thing was the biggest remaining card. I mean, obviously Luke Cage, we could have maybe put somewhere else at the time. That felt reasonable though. There was no reason to think that was a bad line then. We kind of have a 2-stack, which is what we want, I think. Yeah, I don't know. That just seemed like it was going to be a tough one either way. Just a lot of points. I've drawn Ham like every single turn 1, man. It's this never happens with you know, new cards. They're guaranteed to be at the bottom of your deck. They're like, nah, we got to keep them playing. Let's put that fun spicy new card at the bottom of the deck. No, I doubt that's within the sophistication of it. Like a lot of these like conspiracy theories players have about card games and stuff. It's like, bro, I can promise you, I've talked to these people, they don't have the capability or time to do some of the crazy stuff people suggest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it's not worth the time or trouble. They're barely hanging on. I can't wait for our games to get fun conspiracies like that, where it's like we can just literally show, like, you know, most games won't like actually show you the code or like let you, you know, get into the weeds on that stuff. We'll literally just show you, like, here's how matchmaking works. It's a lot dumber than you think. It's like we don't have the sophistication or time to do something cool. Here's how the rank system works. It's a lot dumber than you think. It's functional. We're happy with it, but don't get too excited on it. Any chance the opponent plays in Murder World that's bigger than Drax? No. I think there's a chance they play in Murder World, but is it bigger than Drax? No. I didn't really want a Spider-Ham with all the Triskelion cards in hand, but at the same time, it's like, how long do you wait? You don't want to wait forever. Strife could be a Lady Deathstrike, by the way, which is kind of nuts. It could be Aurora, too. I don't hate Strife Lady Deathstrike. I don't know if I need that, but I guess you could go Sam Medusa next turn. Looks kind of decent, too. Sam's a little late, of course, but... if the opponent goes big, Laugh Drax can move over, of course. That'll be perfect. There's a pig. Who knows what it is? That is not big enough for Drax, unfortunately. So, do you go Strife left? He will not be active yet. Maybe you go Mysterio Sam. Because Mysterio Herbie's pretty decent points to win Grand Prix, potentially. We don't have Luke Cage yet for the Mysterio, but... this will also make Strife active, so we'll have some choices. Sam would go to 5 before Strife ticks off, so he could be a Lady Deathstrike right now. Thing is also, you know, pretty enticing. But if you get the energy like Strife plus Medusa or something could work. Strife right, maybe in that case, is fine, depending on what the opponent has, I guess. Do we win with 6 points here? Seems like probably, given they have 2 cards spread across. Hard to get 6 and... Athena's 3, okay. Nico. They've not played a single Triskelion card yet, by the way. Oh, that's a pig. Okay, that wasn't a great pig result, but whatever. Hey, the Luke Cage arrives. Do we snipe the Athena here, man? How insane would that be? It would be pretty insane. Because the illusion went there, the Medusa's kind of whack now. Strife, could make Strife go off. Its objective happens after end of turn, so it would not kill the Athena, assuming they activate the Athena this turn. It would really only hit Psylocke. I don't think that's worth the trouble, right? I think Thing's a better bet. You know, doesn't play to the Strife, but we can do like Strife Luke Cage next turn, maybe. Could catch like Jocasta stuff or something over here. Although objective happens too late for that, so probably wouldn't be ideal either. Maybe Thing just snipes Athena here and we call it a day, right? Maybe it's that simple. It's not ever that simple, but we'll try. I mean, even Spider-Man's a decent hit. It's really just the Psylocke that sucks. Is that active? No, that's Triskelion. No, it is active! Wow, what a sick hit! I don't know if that was like lined up ahead of time or not, but that's so sick. Hit that Athena, baby! No, we hit the worst card as always. Like, I love our lives. We're so good at the video game. Man Thing plus Luke Cage seems pretty legit, right? This gets you ahead mid quite a bit. The only problem is you're not contesting right like this at all. You don't really love Man Thing right, Luke Cage mid, do you? Yeah, maybe you don't hate it. Drax might move right though, right? He could. I doubt it though. Doesn't really seem like he would normally. I'm not sure I feel confident left is the problem. You're kind of all in left and right here. I mean, left and mid here. $22-10. I mean, that's a solid lead. It's just not, it's not amazing, man. Oh, they only played 1 card. Okay, now I'm so confused. They just played She-Hulk right. That's so far beyond my understanding. I don't even know. This is fine. Drax is not gonna move because he's not winning, but this is cool. Yeah, they just kind of bailed into the Triskelion stuff. I guess they just had a 6-drop in hand. We're like, yeah, just chip the 6-drop and hope something holds, or maybe I'm scared off mid or whatever. Kind of a good thing we didn't go right because we would have got cooked. I think Luke looks like he would have held. No, I don't know. Would Luke have held mid? This is an 11-point card. We're up by 11, so yeah, I guess technically. Well, Mojo World's a good start unless they have a Killmonger. Maybe we'll ham the Killmonger. Active self-preservation from Spider-Ham. I don't think you go double Herbie, right? That seems not strong enough. I think Herbie left. They like the Sinister London a lot, though. Did I hit the ham? Do I need to? Maybe. I don't know. They snapped about something, so we'll hit it. They're excited about something. We'll ham it right now. Scorpion is totally fine. We might just go ahead and play the Luke Cage, actually. Oh, goodness gracious. Now I kind of hope they do have a Killmonger, to be honest. Because they might care enough about Abomination or Polaris or whatever that playing the Luke early just goes ahead and denies any of that setup, right? We don't want to like accidentally give them a good Abomination too early. But we do have to worry a little bit now about just like Hulk. You know, Hulk mid is going to be a monster. We don't necessarily go toe-to-toe that well on points. Cyclops also denied, though. That's perfect. Anti-Venom is good for now. Herbie, I think we'll go ahead and take. We might be losing left this game, just to be clear. On that note, how many cards are we going to play later, right? I think you actually do this. I think you anti-venom left here because you're pretty sure you're losing left anyway. So actually, if you're losing left anyway, maybe you take the Herbie buffs later if you get them, or even energy maybe. I don't think the energy will really matter much, but I think I'm saying left is a lost cause, so I have to win elsewhere. That card just absolutely miserable. Yeah, we can do Man Thing. I got 2 cards to play next turn, only one of which gets copied. This seems very hard to win. I don't feel like Aurora does enough. I don't think Thing does enough. I can't even play like Aurora plus Drax. Yeah, there's just no chance we win this game, right? Unless they just don't have a Hulk somehow. I mean, maybe the Man Things make up the difference. They're pretty good against Sunspot, to be honest. Okay, give me the buff, Herbie. Give me the buff. No, we took energy. Just kidding. I forgot. I didn't mean... Boy, if I'm going to win with anything, it might be this. Bob's better than Drax, right? No, Bob's not better than Drax because they're probably going to play a big guy. Drax is probably 6 points here. I don't know. Like Thing here might just give them more points because, like, it might delete a squirrel instead of a Cyclops or whatever, right? So it's like I'm just worried about... Oh, that's not a problem. Not worried about that. Just doesn't really matter what happens now. Thing, whatever you eat's fine. Cyclops is a great target. Dude, opponent really trusted the Shang-Chi here, but I don't know. I don't even have a single card that gets Shang-Chi to my deck. I mean, Thing, Aurora or something, sure, but nice, dude, nice. They went like low to the ground high evo. I don't know. They didn't ever play anything big. May just not have a Hulk they trusted or something this late. Well, Mysterio Luke Cage is great. Titania, honestly, yeah, we can probably work that out. I don't know. Do some cool plays. I mean, we are pretty good at getting priority, so that can make it a little riskier, but might be a spot we expect to be full or something anyway. Ooh, a Sauron deck. Nice, dude. Sauron 0 on turn 2. They're already cooking. We're not really that good against just raw big points, I will say. Not necessarily our strong suit. Now, I mean, that said, Drax is a bit of a risk with Genosha. It could destroy the Sam Wilson.
Opponent snapped.
Is that a reason to not play the Drax? I don't know, I mean, I feel like Drax gets so big against a Red Skull deck that, like, it might just be worth the exchange, right? Like, okay, I lose a 7-power Sam, but I gain a, 13-power Drax or whatever. It might just be fine. That is appropriately zeroed. Okay. As expected. Yeah, with Luke Cage, I do like Anti-Venom a lot. That's going to be fine, I think. Oh, I will say, if they do the Genosha thing, they kind of have to do it now. Bring the Drax there, which if they play a big card on turn 5, it might come back. Avengers Compound actually sort of challenges that ability to do the Genosha cheese, right? Techno-Organic Virus. Nice. They have a full complement here of ways to turn stuff off, right? I could almost imagine cutting the 0 in exchange for the Techno-Organic Virus. Like, hey, I think that's enough sort of thing. But they haven't done that. So if we go Titania here, they have priority. So I want to send the Titania to them. Right? So we have one problem this turn, kind of, which is... well, not a problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but like I don't have a lot of Luke Cage flexibility this next turn, right? In a weird way, you might be better off playing the Thing this turn. Oh, I forgot. Oh, they have a Titania, but there's not, obviously. Oh, they're locked in, by the way. They're locked in, so we're gonna have full control left as long as we can swing the points adequately. we can pull our Titania back. So that's going to put them down to 20 and us up to 13. So I need enough point. Dude, by the way, this Drax has just never actually moved, dog. So I kind of have to win left here, I think. Also, this Herbie hit the one roll we don't need at all. Does this work? I cannot play Luke Cage with it. It's the problem, right? So that puts me up to, oh God, the math on the dang. This is what I was talking about last turn, right? Like how playing the thing would have really helped potentially. I like that we locked them out though. That did help as well. God, if Herbie was some points, it would really help. What does this take me to? This is 8, 10, 15, and the opponent's at 20. So that's not enough. You got to have one guy that's big enough. But this, I feel like, is really susceptible to right. But maybe Drax moves over and wins right. I mean, Thing's going to go off as well. So that does help delete the Black Swan. That's definitely enough. So you got to win right here, basically, with did I activate Mysterio? Am I going to have enough? Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. I got to think about Mysterio. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh God. No, I think I gotta leave Mysterio. I think we trust Drax right, because 10 points right would be enough under most circumstances. If it's just like a sunspot, how big is that gonna be? Not that big. It's enough to dodge the Drax, but he's just not that big. He's just not that big. And this was, I definitely needed Mysterio left, actually, yes. Woo! Okay, Sunspot.
Victory.
Am I crazy to think Sunspot Techno Organic just isn't good at all? You're actually just better off not playing the Techno. Well, no, that's not true because it buffs everywhere. This math was scary, by the way, dude. Like I was trying to count it at the end, and it was like there's 3 layers to it, right? It's like pull the Titania. What can Thing hit? I think it only had 1 target, so you had to subtract 6. But then there's also you got to add another 2 points potentially for a Techno Organic virus versus not. Like, if they hadn't Techno-Organic Virus, you didn't need the Mysterio. But if they do Techno-Organic Virus, you need the Mysterio. So it's like, actually, the math got a little, you know, it's not complicated. Let's be clear. It's like 3 things. But it just, in the moment, I was like, oh, God, oh, God.